Welcome to What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for November 17th, 2021. I'm Kevin McTaggart, the grumpiest comic in Vermont. And What's Pissing You Off Wednesday is where I get angry about stuff for you so you don't have to. I get contributions from people from mostly Twitter and Facebook. There are other ways that you can contribute. You can read about that in the show notes of the audio podcast or the YouTube video, however you decide to consume this podcast. I don't care, just as long as you watch it and or listen to it. You could do both. That would be fine. I'd be happy with that. I wouldn't be upset if you did both. I'd be upset if you did neither. So obviously, if you're watching and or listening to this, you haven't done neither. You've done one of those things. So, yeah, that's it. That's the intro. That's how this podcast works. I'm tweaking it a bit today. I'm trying something different today. I want to start off with, before I get to what's pissing you off, I need to get to what's pissing me off. So, what is pissing me off today? Thank you so much for asking, Kevin. I really appreciate it. What is pissing me off today? I'm sick and tired of politics, to be honest. Like, not like local politics or like state politics, but more like, federal politics, I guess. Just Congress, really. I'm pissed off at the state. Not the state. I'm pissed off at the Senate, the House of Representatives, because it just seems like, and I think more and more people are agreeing with me, is that like they only do what their party wants to do. Like, they don't care about the states that they represent and doing what they want. It's always doing whatever, we need the majority to win. We need our party to win this vote. And we want to, like, not have the other party win their vote, win what they want. It's like there's no fucking discussions anymore. It's just making sure which party wins. And yes, I know that there's two parties, but there's one country. And it's so goddamn flabbergasting that we can't, like, have anything. We can't improve. We can't find progress. Even, like, progress is divisive because of the two-party system. Everything's divisive because of the two-party system. If they would just stop giving a shit about making sure that their party wins and started caring about, like, how about the country, trying to work together to make the country better, instead of having, only caring about their party winning. And I'm talking about both, so don't come at me if you're a Democrat or a Republican. I'm talking about both of you stupid ass motherfuckers. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of watching the news about it, because all it is, oh, we're at a stalemate. Well, of course we're always at a stalemate, because nobody wants to talk to each other. No one from one party wants to talk to another party to try to do anything. And bipartisanism is like a goddamn fairy tale for crying out loud. And I'm just sick and tired of having to like watch this on the news. Oh, hey, they won't agree. Of course they won't agree, because they won't even talk to each other. They don't even care about each other. Now they're like trying to incite violence upon each other. Well, really, it's mostly the Republicans wanting to incite violence on the Democrats. But one party wants to incite violence on another. And that's fucked up. That's not the way it should work. That's not the way it works. You're supposed to talk about your issues, not just kill the other person. That makes absolutely no sense at all. And it's no wonder that we're completely fucked as a country, because our leaders don't want to talk to each other and they want to act like immature little buttholes. And that's what's pissing me off today. So let's now get to me getting angry about what's pissing you off today. Here's one from my Aunt Susan. She's pissed off at people who refuse to get vaccinated. See, this kind of has to do with what I was just talking about with what's pissing me off today. We're so goddamn divisive. We're even divided over getting vaccinated or not. And I know that most people have gotten vaccinated. But there's still that percentage of people that don't want to. And I wouldn't mind it if people didn't get vaccinated. You know, if you didn't get vaccinated, I wouldn't care. But when it affects me, when your choices affect me, or your choices affect someone else, then they're not really your choice. You know, if you choose not to get vaccinated and you get infected and you make someone else sick, or you die and someone else dies because of you not wanting to get vaccinated, or you not wanting to get that your kids get vaccinated, and they end up dying because you went another route, went another method, you wanted to do something else or whatever, and you just thought the vaccinations didn't work, but then your kid dies because you don't get vaccinated, or you die because you don't get vaccinated. I've seen so many posts about people dying because they didn't get vaccinated. And I'm pretty sure that most deaths that are occurring now over like the past, this year alone, most of those people are the unvaccinated people. There are still people who are vaccinated who are dying from the virus, but that's probably because of other factors like bad immune systems, and maybe they're dealing with some other diseases like cancer, because I know people were mentioning Colin Powell's name, but he was battling cancer already. So it's like, you can't really use him as an argument for the anti-vaxxer crowd, because he did get vaccinated, and he was going to get his booster, but then he died of cancer. He did catch COVID, but he died of, he couldn't battle it that well because he was already battling cancer at the same fucking time. So you can't really use him as a goddamn argument for this situation. But like I said, I would have no problem if you didn't get vaccinated for COVID, but you choosing not to get vaccinated is a choice that affects other people. When your choice affects other people, and especially if it's in a negative way, then it's not really your fucking choice. It's more like your duty to get vaccinated, especially when the statistics support that the vaccines actually do fucking help people. Or you can just try to stick horse manure up your ass. I really don't give a shit at this point. Just get vaccinated, you stupid assholes. My friend Rebecca is pissed off. She says, my son had x-rays taken on Tuesday to see if the virus he has been dealing with went into his chest. Called them that day to tell them we took the x-rays. Gave them a day to get the results, and then called Thursday, in which they said the doctor would call me back that afternoon. Gave them the morning, thinking maybe it was a busy afternoon, only for the nurse to tell me when I called at 1 that the physician was gone for the day, and I would get a call Monday if they're able to find the results. I'm pissed especially since this is day 16 of my son being miserable and not being able to walk for more than 2 minutes without his face getting flushed. This is yet another contribution from a friend of mine for What's Pissing You Off Wednesday, when that just again talks about how awful our healthcare system is. Having to wait on these results, and giving doctors the benefit of the doubt. I would just keep calling them every fucking day, Rebecca. Honestly, that's what you should do at this point. Just because, like, chances are they probably deal with a whole bunch of patients and don't have the chance to actually give a shit about any of their patients, or they're agitated that they're being bothered to actually deal with patients, which makes no fucking sense at all if you ask me. But yeah, especially when a child is involved and they're still, not getting back to you in time as to what the x-ray results were, and especially since it's been like at least a week, so they might need more x-rays done because it's been that long. It's so frustrating. I really hope that something happens with this and that you find out the results that you need, or hopefully that you've found results that you need in the time that, you gave me this request a couple days ago. I'm gonna have to check your Facebook to see if everything's okay. I hope everything's okay with your son. Please let me know. But yeah, our healthcare system sucks, and I can say that because I work in healthcare. And it's absolutely terrible. It's disgusting on so many levels. The lack of time that's not available for, patients, how long it takes for them to get answers from people, the whole times that they have to keep on the phone and then get no fucking response because the doctor's not there. I don't know how to fix this problem. Hire more people. I know that there's staffing issues with hospitals all around the fucking planet right now, but that's still no excuse for being able to help the patient, especially when it sounds like your son is in a dire situation. And I really hope that your doctors got in touch with you and told you what's going on, because that would totally suck if they haven't yet. But yeah, our healthcare system sucks, and it needs a major overhaul. And they need to stop. They just need to get the answers. They just need to start getting the answers. They just need to start caring more about getting in touch with patients and stuff. And it's just, this whole post just makes me so fucking pissed. And I hope that something did happen. But yeah, our healthcare system sucks. I know I've said that repeatedly in this post, but I don't care at this point because it does. They just suck. And there's so many goddamn problems with this country that healthcare needs to be something that we need to fix. Healthcare, education, because then maybe we could educate people to be more doctors and nurses. So you could have more people in the future that could, like, help more patients. Because if we had more doctors and nurses, then we could help more patients. But we don't. And then the patients who are there, who need the answers, can't get any help because they're not going to hear back from anybody about goddamn results. All you need is x-ray results, and they're not being able to give them to you. And that's fucking annoying. And I know that you don't like cursing, but fuck it. I'm mad, and I curse when I'm mad. And I hope your son gets better. Here's one from Twitter, at Lisa Loves Zoo on Twitter. She's pissed off about her husband. I then asked for clarification, saying, hey, what did he do or didn't he do? And she goes, we need some inside work done, and he's a procrastinator. That's annoying. That is annoying. Like, if you need some work done around the house, and, he's your husband, so he's supposed to do that work that's going on around the house, but he doesn't do it because he's a goddamn lazy-ass motherfucker. That's very annoying. But then again, maybe a little bit of it is your fault for marrying a lazy-ass motherfucker. Was he a lazy-ass motherfucker before you married him, and you knew this, and you thought that the marriage would change him into a busybody? What's that phrase? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't teach a lazy-ass motherfucking procrastinator to be a busybody person who wants to work around the house 24/7. You can't turn him into Tim the Toolman Taylor. if he wasn't that before. If he was lazy before, he's going to be lazy now. So maybe you're wrong for marrying a lazy person, thinking that they wouldn't be lazy anymore once they got married, but they're the same person that they are before they got married compared to after they got married. So I really think that, quite frankly, part of the blame has to be on you for marrying a shitty husband. But yeah, your husband is a lazy ass motherfucker, but you're the one who married him. Here's another one from Twitter. Doug Duvall at Rip Van Tinkle. He's pissed off at Will Smith. Is he hanging out with Charlie Sheen? What the fuck? He is kind of going crazy lately. I don't know if it's Charlie Sheen crazy, but it's definitely going crazy. Like, he did just come out with that book that he wrote with the guy who wrote the book, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, or something like that. Mark Manson. He wrote a book with him. And I haven't really read the book or known anything about the book, but yeah, he's doing that. He's on TikTok a lot. He's doing all these other things, and he's in that King Richard movie, which is really about the Williams sisters, but it's mostly about the father, and I think people are upset about that. And he said some wild things in his book about how his father knocked his mother out with one punch when he was a kid. But I don't know if he's Charlie Sheen crazy. I don't think he's like doing drugs or anything like that. I'm not aware of anything like that. I don't know if Charlie Sheen. I don't know if he's gone Charlie Sheen mad yet. Maybe he will. I don't know. I remember how I used to like his movies. Like, there was the Men in Black, and then Wild Wild West was just boring as fuck. But he had a few good runs, in July. He had, Independence Day. Then he had the Men in Black movies, and then he did Wild Wild West, and then it hasn't been as good as it used to be. I think he's done like a few good movies since then, but it's like he's kind of gone weird. You're right. He has kind of gone wacko. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I don't think he's winning like Charlie Sheen is. I'm not saying that he's not winning, but he's just not winning at life like Charlie Sheen was with the drugs and the alcohol and everything like that. So it is kind of annoying to see Will Smith all over the place right now, doing like a bunch of different things, but at the same time, at least he's not a cokehead that we know of. Or maybe he is. I really have not paid that much attention to this whole thing to know what the fuck you're talking about in the first place, to be honest. And here's one from Leslie Zipperwitz, top contributor to What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. She's pissed off. Client calls. She takes a detailed message and tells them that the attorney is in a meeting, which is true. And then she will get them an answer by the afternoon. They then turn around and immediately email the attorney without copying me, as if they think I won't effing do what they asked. Why didn't they just email the lawyer in the first place? But they don't trust you to reach out to the lawyer. Isn't it your job to take messages and give them to the lawyer? So if they didn't trust you in the first place, why didn't they just email the lawyer instead of, why waste your time with you writing a detailed message and, sending it to the lawyer without, and then they don't think that you actually send it to the lawyer. They don't trust you enough that you're going to send it to the lawyer. Even though they called you and gave you a message, to give the attorney. And you said you would give it to the attorney. And then they went ahead and emailed the attorney without CCing you on it even. That's the worst part. That's the most annoying part, that they didn't like CC you on it. I can understand that there's some sort of nervousness going on. Maybe they're worried. And people do stupid shit when they're worried. But people need to fucking calm down. When you give the legal secretary the message, they're probably going to go and give it to the lawyer. Especially if it's my friend Leslie. You should trust her with this. And stop wasting the legal secretary's time. If all you're going to do is email the lawyer just a minute later anyway, without CCing the secretary on it in the first place. If you do stuff like that, if you do shitty stuff like that, you deserve to lose your case. All right, well, that's all we've got for this week's episode of What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for November 17th, 2021. I'm not sure if I said the date earlier or not. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe, rate, and review, or like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please, just do all that. I'm begging here. Plus, you're probably not listening at this point, so I can pretty much say whatever I want. Happy What's Pissing You Off Wednesday, everybody.